News-wise then, it has been an exceptionally busy week for Marvel Avengers. It's almost every day we've had something new coming out. Now, for that reason, what I'm going to actually look to do every Friday, time permitting, is actually put together a weekly news video, collecting all the interesting information we've had throughout the week. Now, if you watch the videos, you don't miss any of them on the channel. There might be a small amount of overlap, but I won't go into segments in as much detail as I do in the original video. But in this one here, we've still got a lot of information that I haven't yet covered. So just as a quick summary, what we will be covering in today's video, we'll start off looking at some pretty interesting developer updates. I've not mentioned these at all. We'll talk about different leaks we've had this week. We'll then check out some new concept art from Eddie that looks really nice. We'll have a quick look at the MODOK reveal again. We checked that out yesterday. We're going to talk about a potential Spiderman release date for PlayStation 4. It looks like that may actually have been confirmed. I'll tell you how to get some free nameplates, and then to finish up we'll look at some of the awesome stuff the community has been coming up with. But let's start off with these developer updates. We start off here with a question I've seen come up a fair bit, and it was a criticism of the beta that when you're playing with random people through matchmaking, you might not actually have your headset and your mic enabled. So how do you alert them if there's perhaps a treasure chest and an elite you want to make them aware of? So one of the developers on Reddit has confirmed that there will be a ping system in game. It's not available for campaign missions because they are specifically tailored for one or two characters, but for war zones there will be a ping system where you can tag enemies, loot or places as well. So that's really pretty awesome. We then have a question in regards to a change that actually made its way into the beta today, so it's great to see that. It was in regards to when you were smashing crates and the resources were dropping, and this is something that really bugged me. It was a few seconds before you actually picked up the resources, but the developers confirmed a few days ago they were working on a fix. It's made its way to the latest beta, and as soon as you destroy a crate you get the currency from it straight away, so it's a nice quality of life fix. A nice easy one, but it makes a big difference. We then have a post that it's not entirely clear if this actually did come from developers, because supposedly it was posted on a developer Discord and then it was deleted, but before that happened some people did actually get it. But again, we're not 100% sure if this is official or not. So in regards to the recent hacks that would allow players to play as Captain America and Thor through the PC version of the game, a lot of people that have actually joined the channel recently probably joined because I was able to get footage for Captain America and Thor that was sent to me. In regards to the actual hacks, how you would do it, something that I was very clear I wouldn't discuss at all because these hacks can be used for other things. In hindsight, with these videos, the fact that it was driving a lot of comments asking how do you actually do these hacks, that's why I actually took the videos down there. But to read out the information from the developers, it states that several people have posted information on various internet forums regarding methods players can use to hack the game files, and it states that it allows them to play the game in ways not intended. We want to remind players that doing so is against their terms of service and is a bannable activity. Our goal is to ensure a level playing field for players, so we take these actions extremely seriously. Please do not use third-party tools to manipulate the game or its data. We will be investigating current activity and taking the necessary steps for a fair gaming experience. And that is fair enough, because these hacks don't only allow you to unlock characters in the beta, they would allow you to do other things as well. And once again, that's why I've actually removed the videos here, because I've had a few people actually asking me about that. But let's see what we've got next from the developers. So we have some patch notes then. These are for the PlayStation and Xbox version of the game. So just to run through these, there's added an option in settings to adjust camera shake sensitivity, so that's awesome. That's something a lot of people were complaining about, and before the game's even live they've got a fix for it, so that's really nice. And then decreased the amount of motion blur, which was again something there was a lot of criticism very rightly about. It was just too much, the motion blur. Multiple improvements and optimizations made to matchmaking. There was a lot of issues with that in the beta. They've changed the default settings to wide for the combat, camera distance and heavy targeting assistance, and matchmaking are disabled. They've made improvements to vaulting. They fixed several reported crashes, fixed issues with multiple superheroes spawning. I didn't have this happen to myself, but I did see someone running a Warzone with about 4 Hulks, which was pretty amazing. Decreased delay of loot drops, we've already talked about that. And then save game optimizations, a little bit more information here with update 1.5. so that was fixing rare issues of players losing certain gear, thankfully never had that. More fixes for matchmaking, fixing some rare crashes, and then adding a link to the first party store to the main menu of the game as well. So it's pretty nice to see some updates for things that players were getting frustrated and concerned about actually happened in the beta, so that is definitely encouraging there. We've then got some screenshots that came from Reddit. Pretty certain these have came from a review copy of the game, because the actual posts have been deleted on Reddit, but they were shared on Twitter before that actually happened. So they came from a user called Dirty For You, and it shows Iron Man in various different costumes aboard the helicarrier, and you can see the helicarriers getting upgraded throughout these images as well. We then move on to a list of hero names that were found via data mine, so they could potentially be coming to the game, but as always with data mine, it is subject to change. Now, it's got the base characters, but the names that aren't in the game at the moment, you've got Peter Parker, we know about Hawkeye, it's got Kate Bishop, Captain Marvel, War Machine, Black Panther, Marvel, She-Hulk, Wasp, Ant-Man, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Mockingbird, Quake, Vision, Falcon and Winter Soldier. So that's really quite the list. If we've seen half of them, I would be happy, and it's a pretty nice list as well. We then had these names show up in the data mine as well, and these are actually villains. Once again, it is data mine. It doesn't mean they'll be included, but potentially villain wise in the game, these are ones we may see. So you've got Frenzy, you've got Ultron, which is amazing if they've kept that quiet, Red Hulk, Deathlock, Vindicator and Monica Rambeau as well there. Finishing up the data mine information, this came from a video put up by Super Rebel, so make sure to check out his channel, but this was to do with a potential Wakandan raid, and again it's came via data mine. You can see the way it's worded, so it's telling you about potential different stages in Wakanda or missions. It starts off it's a trap, then you get the Claw raid, you get Welcome to Wakanda, Wonders of Wakanda and World at Stake, and then it looks like it breaks the region down into different areas as well. You've got Borderland, you've got 2 for Jungle, you've got 1 for Claw, that might be his particular stronghold, and then you've got some information on a potential Claw raid as well, so that really would be awesome. We have some concept art now. This comes from the official art book for the game. Now I really hope with this concept art and the way it actually looks that we get to explore as Kamala before AD, because as far as we're all aware it starts off with 4 AD after the attack, but how nice would it be to actually go Miss Marvel beforehand, a younger version? It would have to be of course, and just explore. That would be really nice. We move on to the screenshots we showed off last night. So you've got Monica Rambeau, who I believe will become Scientist Suprema, a high up AIM villain, and then you've got the screenshots of George Tarleton, who in time becomes MODOK, and of course we got that screenshot of how MODOK will actually look, and I'm saying it a lot in this video, but he does look absolutely amazing. He really does. They've knocked out of the park with him. We then had some Spidey news. Firstly, we had the official PlayStation 4 box art with a little sticker down the bottom saying he's exclusive. Great for PlayStation 4 players. Feels like a bit of a kick in the teeth for everyone else, but it's really been discussed to no end, so I won't go back into it. We also had this here. This, I believe, came from an email from GameStop. So it's saying PlayStation is the only place to play as Spiderman when he swings into Marvel's Avengers next March. So they've either made a mistake or they have potentially given away the release date for them. So it could be just over about 5 months if this is correct. We now have a showcase of a nice selection of free nameplates you can actually get. To get these, you just need to log into the Square Enix site, and you can see all the criteria is actually listed here. I'll put a link to the Square Enix site in the description below if you want to go there and try and claim these. Now, just to finish up, we'll show off some of the awesome stuff the community's been coming up with. This is either funny videos or it's some pretty nice artwork as well. We start off then with some photos that were taken via the photo mode, and then there was a fair amount of work actually put into them. They look like proper movie posters. Now, these were put up by a Twitter user called Fire Scorpio G, so if you like the look of these, and I don't see any reason you wouldn't like the look of them because they all look absolutely amazing, then make sure to follow him on Twitter. We then have this pretty awesome video that was posted on Reddit by Oz10Smith. Now, unfortunately, if I was to play the music, I would get a copyright claim on the video, so make sure to go to Reddit to check it out because the music really does add to it. We have another great video here. This one comes from Great Nate, and this was posted on Reddit. You've got Kamala and Hulk featuring this video. I'm not going to tell you what they do, I'm just going to let you see it here. So here we go. Hulk does the throw, Kamala does the grab and slams down. Awesome stuff. So that's everything that's happened in the last week for Marvel's Avengers. Lots of fun stuff happening and lots of interesting stuff happening as well, and we're getting closer and closer to release date. Now, if you want to be featured in the next video, if you can come up with some interesting or fun content, or if you notice a nice scoop, then feel free to hit me up on Twitter. It's at TonyBingGaming. But hope the video's been a fun one to watch, and I'm open to suggestions for this series moving forward. But thanks for tuning in, stay safe, and I'll see you all again soon.